The fallout from Candace Owens being sued by Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron is actually quite wild. There's so many people on both sides of the aisle that are saying, well, one side's going, she's definitely going to win. She's right about everything. She provided so much evidence. And the other side, like myself, are going, I hope she loses. I hope she gets dethroned from her ever increasingly proud attitude. And also the lies need to stop. And there's also the fact that she didn't actually provide a great deal of evidence that was concrete and sound to prove anything that Brigitte Macron is in fact a man. The only thing that she probably did prove to some degree, allegedly, I guess we've got to say now, allegedly, Candace Owens pointed out the fact that, well, Brigitte Macron was 30-something when Brigitte decided to get involved with the likes of a 14-year-old Emmanuel Macron. And that, to me, seems rather strange and interesting, but I guess the age of consent laws are very different over in France. I don't know. I guess we're going to find that out later on. But the internet is relatively divided. So many people believe, after watching a 6-part series that Candace Owens put together with not much real evidence or proof, I might add, just hearsay, essentially, no concrete facts, right? And yet people believed everything that Candace Owens was saying because it was based on the word of a journalist that decided to go, well, I think that Brigitte Macron is a man, and here's my so-called evidence or proof of that, which is not much, if anything at all. And yes, it may go, well, yes, people may go, well, I think Brigitte Macron is a man because conspiracy theories, people are just very, very gullible. You don't actually have concrete proof or evidence to go off. But that's what Candace Owens does. She creates a very provocative narrative. And recently she goes, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you have to file a lawsuit in a foreign country to prove to the world that you are a woman, it is because you most certainly are not one. And get this, the entire time Candace Owens was saying that if you weren't Candace Owens the one, so this is what Nick Mattel says, weren't you the one saying if she was telling the truth, then she would sue you? And now that she's suing you, you're saying that that's proof she's not telling the truth? Make it make sense, please. I mean, I would honestly love for the truth to come out. We know that people like Candace Owens, the grifter types, they seem to implode. So she's doubling down. Of course she's going to double down, because why in the world would she admit fault? She thinks she's got concrete proof and concrete evidence, and that may be so. I guess the court case is going to decide whether or not Brigitte Macron is in fact a man or a woman. And this is actually really crazy. People are saying that in terms of the lawsuit, you can't really sue someone for defamation by claiming that they're a man or a woman. Like, it apparently doesn't work like that. And I think the court documents, over 200 of them, are a little bit more in detail than that. It's not necessarily what she said, it's how she said it and the story that she's made about this one particular thing that's caused a lot of damage and a lot of harm to Brigitte's reputation, etc., etc. So it goes a lot deeper than what people may be thinking, to be honest. And actual lawyer, Robert Barnes, goes, it's apparent the people defending Candace Owens and thinking she'll easily win the libel suit by Emmanuel Macron have not read the entire complaint. Owens told some of the dumbest, obvious lies one can tell. She has 0% chance of winning in court. I think lots of people bookmark this statement from an actual lawyer. And Candace responds to this guy by going, if you're wondering why celebrities like Blake Lively file fictitious lawsuits as a mere PR strategy, look no further than the below take. He admits he hasn't watched my series and therefore has no idea whether anything the Macrons are accusing me of is true. He didn't actually admit it. I don't know about you, but I didn't see him admitting that he has watched or hasn't watched the show. Nothing in that tweet that he made, Barnes Law, says that he hasn't watched her series. So that's a lie that she just said. Great start, Candy. So she says that he admits he hasn't watched my series and therefore has no idea whether anything the Macrons are accusing me of is true. He also isn't awaiting to read our response filing. Nevertheless, he is certain I have 0% chance of winning. As an aside, any lawyer that tells a client they have 100% chance of winning or losing is effectively a used car salesman. Right. Okay. In a sane world, this take would automatically disbar you. How? How do you know that? Like, I'm pretty sure. So Candace is now thinking that she is a lawyer and she knows everything about the law by her response. She lied from the very top, saying that he hasn't. He admitted that he hasn't watched the show. He didn't admit that at all. So he's put words in his mouth. Not a very good idea, Candy, if you're going up against a lawyer. But also saying you got 0% chance of winning this court case. I'm actually very curious. I'm very curious to see what the courts do with something like this. I really am. To me, I'm going 0% chance. Probably not 0% chance. I wouldn't play those odds, but nevertheless, that lawyer did. Don't know why. Probably to be provocative too. Probably not the smartest thing to say. Maybe he's read through the whole thing and maybe he's going, well, what Candace has claimed isn't true at all. And we've got the smoking gun here. Maybe he's seen that. I don't know. And maybe he's gone, that's why it's 0% chance of her winning. Who knows? But it doesn't make him a used car salesman at all if he says, oh, you got 0% chance of winning. Like, come off. Like, I'm sure, like, it's like saying you got 99% chance of winning a court case. What happened to the 1%? Like, you can't say 100% and you can't say 0%. I don't think it's fair, but that doesn't mean that you're less of a lawyer for saying it. But anyway, here is what Candace Owens had to say the other night on her show about the lawsuit. New information. Have a watch.
There's just so much evidence, extensive evidence, he says, quote unquote, extensive evidence that they apparently submitted to me, which you guys know they didn't, which disproved the idea that Brigitte was a man. And of course, Tom Claire is lying. We wrote to them that she's definitely a woman. And it's implausible that she's not. So we totally got this thing. We're totally going to win because we have asserted that it's implausible that Brigitte was born a man, and totally trust us, bro, that he is being honest. That was their evidence. Their evidence that they presented to us as we presented to the public was trust me, bro. Trust us, bro. She's not a bro. It's incredible.
They actually already did directly send proof to Candace, said pictures, childhood pictures of Brigitte. They did send evidence of Brigitte's biological motherhood of 3 children. They did send pictures of her first, of her wedding when she was young. And there already is sworn testimony, for example, from the children and from the, I don't know if sworn testimony, but the previous husband. So she's now moving goalposts and saying, take a blood test. They did also, by the way, send the birth announcement, not a certificate, but an announcement. So newspaper clippings, pictures, sworn testimony, evidence, and this has all been provided to her for a long time.
Your clients did not present any evidence other than, trust me, bro, she's not a bro. To the contrary, there was no documents, no answer to our basic yes or no questions, nothing.
So according to Stephen Crowder, video that I made yesterday, the team, Emmanuel Macron's team, already did provide pictures, documents, sworn testimony, you name it, to Candace Owens. Apparently, Candace Owens has ignored it. She's gone, I have not received a thing. Interesting that. Now she's like doubling down and blatantly lying to everyone's face. Oh, I didn't get provided any evidence whatsoever that Brigitte Macron is a woman. I had no idea whatsoever. That's, again, these sorts of people, you can't trust them at all. At all. They just love to lie to your face. They really do. But I guess we'll wait and see, won't we? So anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.